Hi Cancer, welcome to your April 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. If you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look what April has in store for you, Moonchild. All right, so for your actions and interactions with the world at large this month, you get the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this month you might be a little bit more on edge. It's definitely possible. The other thing with the Nine of Swords as well, I very often see this for people when people are working really hard on something. This and the Nine of Pentacles have that same kind of energy actually. The problem is with the Nine of Swords, this month you might be burning the candle at both ends. So maybe you have a deadline that you're working towards. Maybe a project has just snuck up and crept up on you, and all of a sudden you find yourself really having to go at it hammer and tongs. The other thing with the Nine of Swords as well, is really important that this month you find a way to respond to things that come up rather than just reacting, kicking off, all of that sort of stuff. It's not going to serve you this month. So you have to find a way to navigate how you feel, and also to find a way as well to speak about how you feel. So this month, this month, Mars, the Lord of action, passion, vibrancy, but also irritation, you know, conflict and issues, is going to be moving into the sign of Cancer. So whether you're a sun, moon or ascendant Cancerian, the energy of Mars is going to be within this sign, right? Which excites things. It makes things more fiery, more passionate, but it can also be a bit of a a fire under the tushy, right? So, and because your actions and interactions with the world at large is what you do, what you instigate, this month you could be very fast, very dynamic, very forceful with what you're doing, but you may have a tendency to go overboard. I often say to people, like, with that kind of energy, it's like bringing, you know, when you've got to put a nail in a block of wood, you don't use a flamethrower, right? Because what you're going to end up with is ash and a little stump of metal. You know, use what is necessary for whatever it is that's in front of you, basically. It has to be proportionate. And then for those of you, like I said, deadlines, etc., work hard, absolutely, but don't put your nose so far to the grindstone that you eliminate everything else in your life. All right. For your money and materials, you have the Queen of Wands. So this month, when it comes to the money, when it comes to the finances, you may have to set a record straight in some way, shape or form. This could be a challenging conversation that you have to have about somebody that constantly, you know, tugs on the purse strings, or maybe somebody that expects you to always foot the bill. This could be where you effectively, maybe not necessarily cut someone off financially, but it could be where you're having to set that boundary or set that sort of tone to say, look, you know what? You're constantly on the scrounge, and unfortunately I can't do it anymore, or I choose not to do it anymore. Now that's one way that this could shape up, because obviously you've got the Nine of Swords there. The other way that this could show up for you as well is that you are working very hard on creating a new revenue stream, or you have a big idea that in the back of your mind you know is a real money spinner, but now you're trying to almost find the right steps to put in place to make this a reality. And I know for me personally, this is very much the case, that I have this idea, and every time I think about it, it's wonderful, but every time I think about it, it's so big that I'm like, I don't even know where to start with this. Like, cheers, universe, but you know, you could have given me some sort of a blueprint as well. But there isn't one, so which means that you're going to have to delve into your intuition, your psychic vision, your awareness, all of the parts of you that are connected to something other is going to show you how to build this action plan. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Queen of Wands is beautiful for this because it sees you having a very embodied experience. You are sexy, you are sensual, you are aware of yourself this much. You're like, you know, feeling myself. Sorry, it was just me being a dork. You know how I am. You know, but this could really be that as well. And when you own and claim yourself in that way, you attract and magnetize towards you the things and the experiences that you need to get to where you want to go. For your home and environment, the Queen of Wands is actually a really nice thing, a really nice card for the home and environment, because it tends to excite things, warm things up. It makes home more fun, all right? So this month, don't be surprised if there are lots of people coming and going. Don't be surprised if, you know, and Cancerians love that anyway, whether you're a sun, moon or ascendant. Having a full home that is full of warmth, joy and laughter, you could do worse, right? For your communications and conversations, there's the Six of Swords. I mean, you've got the Queen of Wands there, so there's a couple of ways that this can play out. One, this could be a lot of Cancerian people making plans for some sort of future travel that's coming up. It looks like whatever you're planning this month probably isn't going ahead until around birthday season. So I would say late July coming into August. But it looks like something that you're having to foot the bill or front the cash for now. You know, not a bad thing at all. Now, when it comes to communications, I think this is going to be a much easier month of it when it comes to work, when it comes to familial ties. I feel for Cancerian people because there has been a bit of upheaval in this place, as there has been for Leo as well. And I feel like this month it's really going to start to die down. Like, I think this is where communication gets easier. I think in a lot of ways, when it comes to the work sphere, things will start to ease up. Things will start to kind of come into that regulated energy. Now, if you're not working or you're retired, this is literally going to see you asking, what am I going to do in my free time? What do I want to do? What do I want to move towards at this moment in time? For your heart and half and relationships, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So you've got two queens here, which is brilliant. Well, three if you count me. Sorry, okay, full of it today. All jokes aside, two queens in the tarot literally represent sincere friends. There are wonderful connections to be had this month. There are wonderful connections to be a part of. There is a really strong sense this month that the allies that you need are making themselves known, that people are coming to visit. There's a really strong sense of community this month for all of the signs in some way, shape or form. But for you, Cancer, it's going to be the friends that you choose, the family that you choose, right? So this is going to be your friends, your allies, your colleagues, all of that stuff. There's a sense here that those two spaces within you are going to be very much supported. Now, for those of you that are single, this could be you meeting somebody that is considered a foreigner, somebody from a very different background, somebody that's possibly from overseas, which is really nice. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this could literally be you planning a vacation, planning a trip, planning to as well. For a select few of you, for those of you that are in couples, this could literally be you and your partner saying, right, let's start getting fit, let's start improving the diet, do you know what I mean? Like, you're doing everything that you can to improve your physical health and vitality, which is lovely. I like this. I think it's nice. So let's have a look at your weeks of the month. For your first week of April, okay, your jumping card is the Fool card with the Nine of Swords. This is really important. Don't let the inner reactionary child within you be prodded and poked this week. This first week of April, sorry to say, but there could be a little bit of a meltdown. And it's really important that you don't, because I kind of feel like this could ruin it. Like if you start the month this way, it could ruin the rest of the month for you. And there's actually some really wonderful things that could come out of this month. Now, the other way that this could shape up for you as well, you may have to suddenly, the Fool card, work really hard or late into the night on something, Nine of Swords, that you thought was finished. It's like, I thought this was done. I thought I'd worked really hard on this and it was over. And then boom, all of a sudden you're having to, you know, haul ass and you know, you've just got to go at it hammer and tongs until it's done. I do have to say there is probably an element of technology involved with this. So if you have a website, if you work with, you know, everybody does in some way, shape or form, but if you work with software, etc., there may be a little bit of a glitch this month, definitely possible here in this first week of the month. But the more sort of positive side of this, those are some of the challenges that you could face. The positive side of this is you could suddenly start to, you know, like I said, we're finding all the pieces that you need. You could suddenly start finding you're having these insights and they're coming at night, and it's like you just have to go with it and you're writing them down and it's like, yeah, bam, that bit goes there, this bit goes here, this is how it all it all fits together. So, you know, that could be really nice. It also suggests as well that there is either someone or something new that is coming in that you have no reference or scope for, which means you're going to have to think on your toes in some way, shape or form in this first week of the month. For the second week, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So a Sagittarius woman may possibly feature for you over the course of this second week of the month. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Wheel of Fortune, very often Jupiterian energy. Sagittarian woman may feature for you, may give you an idea or assist you with one of the ideas that you have. The Wheel of Fortune coupled with the Fool card, that is windfall energy. This sort of first 2 weeks of the month, there could be financial windfalls, there could be financial breakthroughs, there could be an idea that has a very big financial implication for your future. It will come very suddenly, it will come almost synchronistically, and you will just have to work on it as soon as it happens. I do also see a lot of you initiating something here in the second week of April that goes on to really support you financially, possibly for a long time to come, or certainly in a way that sees a really big boost to the finances that you could really use. I love it. I really, really like this, I have to say. For your third week of the month, you have the Star card with the Six of Swords. For some of you, this is travel to or from or connections to the States, to the US in some way, shape or form. This is long distance travel. For some of you, this is going to be long distance phone calls that are taking place, international phone calls, connections, etc. Another way that this could shape up for you as well is an online community or an online support system could really start to move and could really be beneficial for you moving forward. I love this. I think the other thing as well with that Six of Swords, it suggests that any friendship or maybe sibling relationships that have been on shaky ground, or even, yeah, especially friendships actually that have been on shaky ground, there's a sense that this week you could be you could be healing that or mending that kind of rift. And then finally, for a select few of you, this is talks about a long distance move that you are hoping to put in place. I want to say for some of you, this might be by the end of the year. Definitely possible. Finally, for your fourth week of the month, you have the Hanged Man. Health, vitality, and all of those things are going to be coming up in the fourth week, especially those of you that are hoping for new regimes. It's like you find the support system, or maybe you join a running group, maybe you join a swimming group, maybe you connect with like minds and souls that are on a weight loss journey. Health seems to be a big part of this fourth week of the month. Now, for those of you that are single, I don't like saying this very often because I'm not one of those fluffy sort of, oh, love finds you this week. It's just not me. And I think if I tried to be like that, everyone would just be like, okay, Raf has left the building. But I do have to say, this fourth week of the month, for those of you that are single, you could be meeting somebody online and this person could very well, you know, or a foreign national, somebody that's very different from you. You could be meeting someone this month, especially right at the end of the month, that has that soulmate kind of energy. This is very big and it's very real. So I'm intrigued. For those of you that are in relationships and partnerships, I think this is you guys really focusing on the longevity of your bodies, your health, so that you can be more active and happy together, basically. And then finally, for your Human Design Oracle card, you have the Gate 8 and Contribution. I love this, right? Because I think in a lot of ways, this is going to see you discovering, or certainly walking in that, you know, feeling myself. This could see you walking in your unique energy, and it could see you claiming and owning yourself in a lot of ways, and really understanding what your unique contribution to the whole is, whether this is to your partnerships, to your group associations, to your friendships, to your familial ties, to your, you know, your actual relationship if you're in one. This sees you getting very clear this month on what you bring to the table, what your unique energy brings to everything. And I think by owning and claiming that in a lot of ways, it's going to see you really start to understand, yeah, you know what? I'm about it. Like I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to give. And I think in turn, that sense of surety and self-awareness is really going to breed a lot of brilliant results. I mean, that Nine of Swords, it's definitely going to be an undercurrent. I think you're going to be aware of this acutely throughout the month, but I definitely feel that the month will progress really nicely. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.